TDM is usually the most populated game mode when it comes to a Call of Duty game. But I would say it's not always the best game mode. There's specific games that TDM just isn't that outstanding in. And honestly, I feel personally that a lot of these Call of Duty games are built around a single game mode. Whether it's built around Battle Royale, like Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare were, or if it's built around domination, like the majority of the Modern Warfare series, some of the Black Ops games, or if it is kind of built around, having a TDM experience, which we kind of saw with the introduction of Jetpack Call of Duty games, and definitely in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 was just probably the best, how can I say it, probably the best TDM experience you've probably ever gotten in a Call of Duty game. Because TDM is usually a pretty slow-paced game, and why is that? Why is TDM so slow-paced when it comes to all of these older titles? You got to think about it. Team Deathmatch, it's an objective game mode. You might not think it's objective, but it is. It does have a random objective to it, not a flag, not a headquarters, but the objective of TDM is not to die. It's as simple as that. And with that very simple objective, people can do that in whatever way they want, whether they want to camp, whether they want to push. As long as they don't die and they give the enemy team a point, then you're in the clear, which makes TDM a very campy game mode. And in old school Call of Duty titles, these games weren't really built around the TDM aspect because, like I said, it's very campy. The objective is not to die. And with these larger maps that you see in game modes, games and like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, is more domination based, I would say. Having a flag to kind of give you a visual, pinpoint on where the enemies are going to spawn is very handy, especially in very large scale maps. I still go back and play Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty 4, World at War, and don't get me wrong, these games are very fun when it comes to TDM. I can still get an enjoyable experience out of it. But if you really want to just, completely go crazy, your best bet is probably going to Domination, just so you can have that little extra time to get some gameplay in, or, just dominate the enemy a little bit harder than you usually can in a TDM game, because they end so quickly, especially if you have a good team on your side, because, back then, TDM only goes up to 75 kills, so if you have a good squad and, 3 or 4 of you are doing very decent, you're probably not going to get your streaks, number one, and you're probably not going to have very much fun in that lobby, because nobody's getting any streaks. You guys are just all equally, dishing out the sauce. So TDM just usually isn't that good of a game mode when it comes to these old school titles, which make them a lot slower. And like I said, with the more recent Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I don't enjoy that these game modes, or these games, I guess I should say, I just don't enjoy that they focus so much on the Battle Royale theme. It's just very obnoxious. It just adds a weird gameplay to the actual title. Now, Black Ops 4 didn't really have anything to do with, I guess you could say, the Battle Royale. I feel like Black Ops 4 mostly took the health, the 150 health, and also the healing system, having to manually heal every single time that you get shot or something in the multiplayer. I feel like that's the main pinpoints that it had on the multiplayer experience. But they were all, well, no, not really, because Black Ops was a very fast-paced Battle Royale as well. So technically, I guess that both the Battle Royale and multiplayer are very much the same, which isn't that bad because, it ended up fast-paced, but it ended up extremely fast-paced. So it just, Black Ops 4 is a hard story to discuss. Maybe another commentary on another day. And then Modern Warfare, here we are with another BR that it was just basically, designed around this multiplayer experience, which made the multiplayer very rough because their BR experience was more on the PUBG side of things compared to more of, a fast-paced, goofy-styled BR. Modern Warfare really took a realistic approach with theirs and, tried to make it, realistic. So it's a lot of sound whoring, doors everywhere, people camping in, really good spots with sniper rifles or scoped ARs or LMGs, and they're just playing it out that way. And that's what represents the multiplayer side of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And both these games, one is a little better than the other. I'm not going to discuss which one is better, Black Ops 4 or Modern Warfare right now, but I want to see, at least, out of the next Call of Duty game, them focus specifically on TDM. Just straight on TDM, and I want them to work the rest of the game around that. Even if they add in a BR, I don't want that to be the number one priority. Put that last. I want to see you work on a TDM, Team Deathmatch. And if you can get a Call of Duty game with a TDM game that goes up to 100 score, if you can manage to do that and get the game to end in at least 5 minutes, because keep in mind, if TDM went to 100 score in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, nobody would complete a TDM match. Nobody in the world. That's way too many kills for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But if they can manage to make a Call of Duty game that, is fluent enough, the movement is very solid, and especially the map design is probably the biggest factor here. I don't want to see insanely small-scaled maps like Black Ops 4 did with tight lanes. I would like to see a little variety more on the Black Ops 1 side and World at War side, but they still need to design them good enough that you can move around the map, you can flank, you can rotate, you can attack and defend positions very easily. Map design has to be on point in order to make a very good game that revolves around more distinct maps, not just, very plain 3-lane every single time maps. I want to see 3-lane, don't get me wrong, I love my 3-lane maps, but I want to see variety. I want to see at least 50-50 of both. But I want to see their larger scaled maps not take the same direction as Modern Warfare 2019. Please, for the love of God, look at World at War for your example, Treyarch. Please, you have an amazing game on your hands that you guys never refer back to when you make a game. Please, just once, look at this video game and look at the maps you made and just design them around that. And if you can get a TDM game that goes to 100 score to end it in at least 5 to 6, maybe even 7 minutes, that's a pretty fast-paced game. With good maps, that would be a very solid experience. And if you can make TDM go that fast, the rest of the game modes would be a breeze. They would all play just the same. But just think about it. What game mode is the most populated game mode? What game mode is the game mode that you go to when you play old school Call of Duty games now? If you go back and play Modern Warfare 2, if you go back and play Call of Duty 4 or World at War, what game mode are you going to play? TDM. I mean, all the other game modes, capture the flag, domination sometimes will be something, but barely anything. Capture the flag, nothing. Search, nothing. Headquarters, nothing. All the game modes are dead. TDM is always the longest lasting game mode in every single game. And Activision knows this, so obviously they keep TDM in mind, no matter what. And what score limit did all of these games end with? Pretty much every single Call of Duty game. What score limit was it? 75. It always hit the 75 kill limit. The only game that really exceeded that was Black Ops 4. Maybe, did World War II switch it up? Did any of the jetpack? I swear to God that I feel like it's always been 75. Maybe some of the jetpack CODs changed it, but pretty much all of the boots on the ground titles always ended on 75, which clearly meant that Activision and the developers who are making these video games are focusing their game, their maps, their designs on making sure that a game can finish with 75 kills. No, 100 kills will be way too much, and that's usually how they think, but I want them to think a little bit more on the direction of trying to make a good boots on the ground game, not too insanely, just reckless and insane, but a decent pacing Call of Duty game that will go to 100 kills, that can finish, like I said, 5 maybe to 7 minutes, and it feels good. I want to see a boots on the ground game like this. Because Black Ops 4 was kind of close, but there just was no variety. A lot of the variety came afterwards when the DLC maps came out. Then they added some more larger scaled maps, but even those maps weren't even that outstanding. I want to see them really hit maps home. That's what I want to see with this Call of Duty title. They have to nail the map design, because map design will really determine if this game mode, or I keep saying game mode, but if this game, Call of Duty 2020, will succeed, and if it will be a good multiplayer experience. But guys, make sure you go down into the comments section and let me know your personal opinions. What do you want to see most out of Call of Duty 2020 when it comes to design? Do you want them to focus more on the map design? And what modes do you want them to focus on? Do you want it more of a TDM-based game mode, or do you want them to continue to focus on Battle Royale and base their games around a BR and then branch off to the multiplayer experience? What do you prefer the most when it comes to a Call of Duty game? Make sure you go ahead and leave that down in the comments section. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And as always, if you hated it, you can always dislike it, whatever your personal opinion is. Also, if you enjoyed today's commentary, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, you can follow me over on Twitter at JbowenDaMan. And I also do live stream over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.